Yes.
Good evening and welcome to Hope with the Stevens Home. If I haven't had the opportunity to meet you yet, I am Kaylin Stevens. I am the oldest of the 4 Stevens children. Today I am here to talk to you as day 22 about something that personally brings me hope. Some of you might know about this, others might not. That at our church we have an opportunity to participate in something called Fine Arts. Now, you might be saying, well, fine arts seems like a practical thing. It's about drawing and painting and, the fine arts. That actually has a little bit more to it. Fine Arts is a festival that our church participates in with a whole bunch of other churches where we all are able to get together and display our God-given talents, whether that's writing a story or a poem, to photography, to doing something called a human video, which is kind of like a play, to music, or being able to create your own music, to be able to play the guitar or lead worship or sing or give a sermon, as one of my favorites is. We have this opportunity and it's an amazing time to be able to share hope with others and also build your talents for God. It's for high schoolers. They also have a younger elementary version called Fun Arts, where it's more fun, because Fine Arts is a little bit more competition led. There is competition to it, even though you're participating for the glory of God. But Fun Arts is getting those kids into it and figuring out what your talents are. Personally, I participate this year I'm participating in female vocal solo, so I am singing, and I am also giving a short sermon, which is a 5-minute sermon, so it's much shorter than most pastors out there, but it is one of my favorite things that I have participated in for many years. Elliot, my younger brother, is participating in worship leading. So he's leading worship with his guitar. He's also playing some music with his guitar and guitar solo, and additionally he is participating in a short sermon as well. So it's an amazing opportunity for us to be able to share our hope. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, it's looking a little bit different this year, as we are actually submitting videos instead, and we're not able to participate face to face with our other youth groups around Indiana, but we're still able to cheer each other on. I have been texting some of my friends who are participating and just cheering them on in the different talents that they are participating in. Additionally, there is a national level that has been canceled, but it is still an amazing opportunity for us. So for tonight, I will be sharing a little bit of hope with you from my short sermon that I wrote for this year. So I hope that you will sit back, relax, and listen to me talk. And if you're watching, just let me know in the comments that you're watching and that you're here. That way I could give you a shout out even in the midst of my sermon, as this is not within the competition, so I can still give shout outs. All right. Don't worry. Be happy. Choose joy. Give it to God. Have you ever heard these phrases? Perhaps you were talking to a friend or family member and they stated one. Or you heard one from a pastor or evangelist as they were preaching from the stage. Or, more infamously, you saw one on a sign at Hobby Lobby. Now, do these phrases actually have biblical meaning, or are they just Christian cliches, things that we say that we don't really mean or isn't found in the Bible? Actually, all 3 of these statements, choose joy, give it to God, and don't worry, be happy, are found in Philippians 4:4-7, which states, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds through Christ Jesus. So, why is Paul writing these things in this book of Philippians? Who even are the Philippians? Why do these statements matter? And what do they mean? And does this actually apply to us right now? These are all great questions that I hope I will be able to answer with you. So first, why is Paul writing this letter to these people called the Philippians? And who are these people? Paul is writing this letter as a thank you letter from prison. He had received a gift from the church in Philippi, which was an Eastern European colony, and he was writing back to say thank you and also to encourage them. The church in Philippi was one of the first churches Paul started in Eastern Europe, as stated in Acts 15 and 16. Philippi was a Roman colony known for its patriotic nationalism. It housed retired Roman soldiers and statesmen and other Roman citizens. So, what's the importance of it being a Roman town or a Roman colony? The important thing is the fact that the Romans praised Caesar as God. If anyone said differently, they were chastised, beaten, and sometimes even killed. This was a big deal. And the church of Philippi was being persecuted for their faith because they thought differently. They thought that Jesus Christ was the Son of God. And they were preaching that to these Roman citizens, and they were being persecuted because of that. So, what do these passages mean or say? In this passage, Paul is challenging the Philippians to live as Christ lived. That was a frequent thing that he talked about throughout the whole book of Philippians. He was talking about living as Christ lived, living as a servant and as an example to those around them. Additionally, he was challenging the Philippians to be joyful no matter the circumstance. I mean, they were being persecuted, but he was challenging them to be joyful and to rejoice no matter what. And he was telling them to be an example to all that were around them, to be an example to the Roman citizens and to the other churches that might be persecuted as well, so that they could follow in their positive example. He was also reminding them that no matter the circumstance, if they are being persecuted or not, that God can handle it, and they need to just pray and give it to God. So, how does this apply to us today? This was a really old book written about 2,000 years ago. I mean, does it still have current application? The answer is yes. Even in this day and age, we need to be reminded to rejoice and to be joyful in all circumstances. The happy times, when you're receiving an award, being praised at work, going on vacation, hanging out with friends and family, or just having a really good day. Those are all times that it's easy for us to rejoice. But we also need to rejoice in the hard times. Whenever there is a worldwide pandemic and we're locked in our homes, whenever there's change in your family or job, which is a hard one for me, or just whenever things don't seem to be going your way, you need to rejoice in the Lord and be joyful. Remember, people are always watching you, and you need to be an example to those around you in the way that you live. Additionally, this passage is reminding us to present all of our thoughts and requests to God, no matter if it's positive or negative, no matter if we're praising God or we're saying, "What are you doing? I don't know what's going on. Really, God, what?" No matter the circumstance, nothing is too big or too small for God. He can help no matter what, and He can give us peace. It additionally reminds us to not worry, because, as I said, God can handle it. So, no matter what's going on in your life right now, even in the midst of a global pandemic, remember Philippians 4:4-7, which can be summarized: don't worry, be happy, choose joy, and give it to God. Are you going to abide in these 3 ways? Are you going to rejoice in every circumstance? Are you going to be happy no matter what? Are you going to give it to God? I hope I have been able to share some hope with you guys today, and that you have found some hope within the sermon that I've said, or within me sharing about the Fine Arts Festival. If you need any information about fine arts, our family would be more than happy to help. It is an amazing opportunity to share your talents. Whether you're participating in the Fine Arts Festival like I am, or you're just going about your daily life, remember to share your talents with others. We're supposed to be a light of hope to all those around us. So whether you can sing, bake, write stories, play music, or multiple other talents, share those with others during this time. All of us need just a little bit of hope. Well, I will maybe see you tomorrow. Our family is doing this as a daily podcast, so remember to tune in every day. And if you've ever missed a day, you can always go back. This is day 22, so there are 21 other videos out there, and there will be more to come. I hope that you can like and subscribe and have an amazing day.